Hi everyone, Tim Warner here, host of the Inform IT Certification Reference Guide and the On Certification Screencast channel. What we're going to do for the next 10 minutes or so is examine a brand new product that we're offering here at Pearson called Cert Prep Online. I'm really excited about it. Our agenda here is to introduce the product, obviously. I'll give you a walkthrough, show you what it looks like and how it behaves. Then I'll give you my contact information so you can ping me with your questions. Cert Prep Online is kind of like Transcender or Boson in as much as it's a practice exam software. So you could be studying for your CompTIA A+, your Windows Vista exam, your CCNA exam, whatever. You obviously don't want to walk into the exam room unless you know the material called A, and you know how to take a computer-based test, and you have some idea of what those questions are going to be, B. That's what Cert Prep Online is, but it's more than just a traditional Transcender or Boson-ish product. It's what we call full-spectrum Cert Prep. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that in a second. Price point, in my opinion, is pretty darn good. I used to write for Transcender, and we always had what was called premium pricing. That was just what I called marketing lingo for being able to charge way too much for a product. I think you're getting a lot for your money here with our product. The flagship Cert Prep Online test is the CompTIA A+, and for this $89 you get all 4 exams, which is pretty darn cool in my opinion. You can expect to see all of the major certification players fed into the Cert Prep Online system over time. The main product highlights are, this is a web-based application, so I'm kind of jumping the bullet points, but if you go down to the third bullet point, it's available anywhere that you have a web browser and an internet connection, which makes things convenient. You can study from Starbucks, from home, from work, and so forth. Come back to the first bullet point. You're going to really like this idea of the study plan. You can dive into an exam sub-objective, take a pretest, and get custom remediation. Remediation means special, individualized, focused help on the topics where you need the most improvement on. And the help you get just doesn't consist of a paragraph blurb and explanation. You actually get multimedia explanation. I think you're going to like that a lot. In addition to the custom remediation that really drills down into the concepts of your exam content, we also give you full-length practice exams. Can't call ourselves a exam prep product without that, right? And finally, because this is a web-based application, every time you log into Cert Prep Online, you may see something new. You're constantly getting an update stream. We can add new functionality behind the scenes, and you never know what you're going to expect. Kind of like Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Kind of like that with Cert Prep Online, only it's all good stuff. Let's hop into the product. I'll give you a tour. So here's what the interface looks like. I should give you the URL. I'll give it to you in the closing slide, but it's certpreponline.com. Easy to remember, right? I'm running this screencast from my development server, so what you'll see as a paying customer or as an evaluation customer is going to be a little bit prettier of an interface. You're not going to see some of this garbage like you're seeing on my screen over here on the right, this calendar and so on. Don't worry about that. Ignore that. What we're concerned with, friends, and this main interface is this center area. Once you log into your Cert Prep Online, you're going to see a welcome screen depending upon the product that you purchased. Like I said, right now it's just A+, but in time you'll be able to purchase subscriptions to, well, all the major exams. This welcome page is particularly important. I want to draw your attention to this quick start area because you'll see a hyperlink to a quick start video. Let me open that up in a separate tab. What this is an Adobe Flash animation that will walk you through how to use Cert Prep Online. So I'll definitely want to draw your attention again to this. It just walks you through, as you see, and shows you how to get started with the product. So I can't overemphasize the importance of you reading this material and watching that little video. Now then, we can open up Course Content and select View All Content to drill into our A+ material. One neat thing that we give you here at Pearson with the A+ product is not just your essentials, but all the rest of the product exams. Normally for A+, you take the essentials and then one of the other exams, 602, 603, or 604. It's your choice. Well, we give you all 3. Note that there's also a media library link. Let me click that for a moment. These are Adobe Flash-based multimedia tutorials. Again, it's all the idea of giving you as many different types of media as possible, different ways for you to learn. Really neat. This example, why don't we go into Remote Support Technician. Once you drill into an exam, you're going to see the objectives as mapped by CompTIA. If this were a Microsoft exam, the objectives would map to the stated Microsoft exam objectives as posted at Microsoft.com. At the end of the objectives list, you'll see a folder called Full-Length Practice Exams. Now in A+, we give you 3 full-length practice exams for the essentials, 1 practice exam for each of the others. Let's step back 1 level using the breadcrumb navigation, and let's step into one of the objectives. Each objective consists of 1 or more sub-objectives. Again, this is taken directly from CompTIA's stated exam objective outline. It's at the sub-objective that you generate what's called your study plan, and it tells you here whether you've started or not started your study plan. In the study plan window, you've got diagnostic test area, study material, and post-test. You can only take the pre-test once for each sub-objective, and the reason for that is because the engine can only generate 1 remediation plan per sub-objective. So each sub-objective would have a canned pre-test of a fixed number of questions. Don't worry about taking it just once, taking the pre-test only once, because you can take the post-test as many times as you want. You can click Begin to start the pretest. Frankly, it's hard to capture the pretest interface in a 1024 by 768 recording window, so I'll just briefly describe what's not captured in your viewable area. There's a control in the left that allows you to jog through all the questions in the pretest. This particular sub-objective contains 13 items. There's a button over in the upper right called Save for Later, where you can just stop, save your work, and resume later. And there's also a button where you can just finish and submit your work for grading. But you'll notice these multiple choice questions are structured very much like any item in any certification test, or frankly, any computer-based exam you've taken in the past. You see that there are single answer multiple choice questions and multiple answer multiple choice questions. When you're on the final question, you answer it, click Finish, Submit for Grading, and you then are given your % correct, and then you're allowed to go through back and forth through your items, and you're given a record of whether you answered correctly or not. It looks like I answered this one incorrectly. You get answer, and then a little bit more additional feedback on that answer, whether it was correct or incorrect. There's a button off to the side that's outside your viewing area called Return to Course Content that'll take us back to the remediation screen. That's what we'll click next. Now that we're back in the remediation screen, you see we've completed our pretest, and over here we see items that we've answered correctly or incorrectly. For items that we've answered incorrectly, you see this little chain link. This is what's called a remediation link. So it gives us the subject matter. We've got DVD drives, video cards, and so on. Let's see if we've got any that we've answered correctly. Here's one right here, Installation Wizards. I answered this item correctly, so there's no remediation link. It says you've successfully met the pass criteria for this learning objective. Now, if I knew that that was just a guess and I still wanted to see a remediation link for that anyway, you can open this filter and choose all available study material. That'll reveal all the remediation links. Otherwise, if you're confident in the engine, you can choose recommended study material. To see the remediation link, just click the little hyperlink. It gives you a little file download option that you can click open, and it could open up a PDF extract. In this case, it's a 2-page extract from a Pearson publication. This could be an extract from an Addison Wesley professional book or an exam cram book or a Q book. It could be an Adobe Flash animation, an interactive piece. It could be an MP3 audio file. That's another thing that sets Cert Prep Online far apart from its competition. This targeted remediation. You get a lot more help than just a single paragraph blurb. Isn't that awesome? So that's really it, everybody. This is what's going on at the sub-objective level. If we come back to my courses one more time, you can go into the courses that you've purchased. You can go into your course content. You can go into your exam and either drill into your sub-objectives or do your full-length practice exams. It's as simple as that. I hope that you enjoyed this introduction to Cert Prep Online. Remember, the URL for the product is www.certpreponline.com. My name is Tim Warner. It's easy to remember my name if you think of Time Warner Cable. Unfortunately, there's no relation. I'm the host of the Inform IT Certification Reference Guide. If you go to informit.com and look in the reference guide area, you'll find me easily enough. The On-Certification vidcast, screencast, whatever you want to call it, channel is at informit.com/oncertification. And if you want to reach me for any reason, any suggestions, questions, comments, whatever, please feel free to reach out. My email address is timothy.warner@pearson.com. Thanks a lot for viewing.